Da-na-na, da-na-na. That's right. Sahib. Instead of that, we could have Sam's fart. You know what I'm saying? I think I think he said he's going to be with his parents today. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Lindell?
You are now tuned into Space Center, hosted by the Urkel Spaces. What's good, Urkel? What's good? What's good, Bryant? What's good, Mo?
What's up, man? What's up? What's up?
Hey, man. I just came up here to say we got to keep putting the battery in Dre's back, man. Like Dre was in the cookhouse last night. He was asking about if he needs to kind of curb his approach to, I guess, being critical of the players and stuff. Like, nah, man, just say what you say. Just say what you feel, bro. Like,
Yo,
we're not concerned about agendas and
Shado,
shit.
Shado. Can I ask you one question that I forgot to last night in the
What's up?
cookout?
What's up?
Was it because someone in the playback was angry about Clay getting slander? Not slander, but just getting criticized.
I
Was that
mean,
a timeline thing?
I mean, there was probably pushback in the chat that maybe Dre noticed, or unless this was something on the timeline. But like I told him last night, it does not matter. Like, we all have favorite players. Like, if you see some nonsense, call it out. Like, if you want the best for
No, but
this
my thing
team,
is this, right? Here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to get into a situation where we are indicting someone on something that happened last season. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what I don't want to do. So last season was last season. That's that. Now let's not let's judge this season, right? Like he put in a Clay, for instance. Clay put in a lot of work over the summer and all of that stuff, right?
Hmm.
Now let's just look forward and not backwards, because if he put the work in, and I see the work that he's put in. He didn't have a great game last night, but I mean that's fine, right? But I don't get the sense that Clay is in bad shape, or he's this or he's that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fine with the approach last year. I had a problem with this year. I have little problem with it. So that's all I'm saying. It's like, let's talk about what he is. You
Yeah,
know?
that's completely fair. I mean, my whole thing is just, even if there's a moment where maybe Clay is struggling or anyone on the team is struggling, I just don't want to see Dre fucking making concessions and shit. Like, we know he knows ball, so if he sees something, call that shit out. Like, cause he was making it seem like he was stepping on toes and stuff, and he needs to, like, change what he's saying for the people that are listening so he doesn't sound like a hater. Like, nah, fuck that, bruh. We call out everybody. We're gonna call out Steph when he's on some bullshit. We'll call out Draymond. We'll call out Clay. It doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, let's not do it. Hey, Brian, put that one in the chat. I might use that one too. So,
oh
so
yeah, that's crazy.
I don't want to get into a situation where, where we're doing it and it's like, it's not based on what we're currently seeing. It's based on, it's like this, bro. If you fuck up with your girlfriend, right, and she's constantly bringing up old shit, that shit is annoying, right? Like,
Oh yeah, I see what
right,
you mean. I see what you
right.
mean.
So if you don't like if you leave the fucking dishes in the sink or something, right,
Oh God.
and then she's calling you out on some shit that, right, like,
Yeah.
right. So that's not fair. That's all I'm saying. Now,
Yeah, yeah.
if it's some nonsense and it's just habitual and it's over and over again, yeah, absolutely. But I just feel like, sometimes when we do that, it's based on some old shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the old shit because, let's call it for what it is right now. Right? Like, I don't want it to be a situation where it's like we're just killing dude and it's based on what was happening last season. He was up and down last season. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. There was some elements in there last season. Matter of fact, the last two seasons that, I mean, he's a positive dude. Like he's positive, and then he hears negative shit, and it's like he's like, "But bro, like it's right now." You know what I'm saying? So, he is a franchise legend, but he was on some bullshit, right? But let's just move on and just call out what is now and not was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's completely fair. I
Okay,
didn't look at it like that until you said it.
yo, I think some of it's getting lost in like interpretation though. Like I don't think he was actually going in on him for last season. I think he was just looking at him at certain points of the game in like the first quarter and like the other parts of the game, and he's saying Clay looks a bit sloppy, and then after I think people got slightly angry because of that, thinking that he was saying it because of last season. I think he was just looking at
This
last
is
like
what I know about people, right, Mo? This is why I deal with people on a large scale, right? And you have to be very careful in the tone in which you say things. You have to be careful on how you say things because more times than not, people, I would say 90% of the population, don't actually listen to what you're saying, but they listen to the tone of which you're saying it, right? So Dre was super critical. I was super critical of Clay, right? Like, and Jordan, right? Because it's nonsense, right? And those two specifically, because we know what was going on between those two, right? So I myself, I have to watch how I say things, right? Like we have a big voice, and sometimes we have to be careful on how we say things because people are fucking sensitive, right? So we have to be careful how we deliver that message, right? Like I'm not looking to inflame anyone or push no agenda or any of that bullshit, bro. I just care about if they win or not. And, if the players are listening in, they're hearing constructive things, right? So it has to be said in like a constructive manner, right? Like, but last year, bro, everybody was on some bullshit. We were on bullshit. The players were on bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You had dudes sniping back and forth and right. So, and players, bro, Shadow says it all the time, dog. Like these dudes are some of the most sensitive people ever, right? Like, you like KD said this to me one time. He was like, if a player doesn't look at rankings and all of this stuff and say he doesn't do this or do that, they're lying, right? Like they've been looking at fucking, 3, 4, 5-star rankings since high school. You know what I'm saying? Like they've been looking at how they stack up against this guy. So, like that is how they're measured. You know what I'm saying? They have a scorecard, and any little thing they think that's going to hurt their scorecard. You know what I'm saying? And They're competitive and they're sensitive. That is not a great combination. You know what I'm saying? So it comes off weird sometimes, right? So I have to be mindful of that. We all have to be mindful of that. But we also have to toe the line where we're telling the fucking truth. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah,
why.
yeah, 100%. Urkel, you're making some fabulous points, and I think Urkel's dropping a lot of gems, and you guys should take heed to that. Seidel, I see where you're coming from. By the same token, Dre, be you. And sometimes Dre overanalyzes things because he's an analyzer. He's analytical. This is what he does. He breaks things down, and sometimes he's more critical on himself than he is on other players. He just doesn't discuss it. It's not an insecurity thing. It's a perfection thing. So with that being said, Urkel is 1,000% right. But with all due respect, by the same token, when we're over positive, now we're gaslighting.
Yeah.
You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So we cannot win. Like, seagulls
That's
aren't
a
worried about
fact.
cockroaches, bro. So we're flying in the air. We're doing what we're doing. The cockroaches on the ground, let them be cockroaches and let them be scavengers and do what they're doing. We're flying around doing what we do. When we see something, we swoop down on it and we're right back to the sky. Like, we are Gucci. What we're not gonna do is get caught up in the division thing within our fan base. We're beefing with fucking Lakers fans last night, and our fan base is like taking shots at Dre and shit. It's weird, bro.
Yeah. Shadow, the fan base are trying to look for Wiggins next. Trying to say no one's talking about it, but Wiggins has been shit. Like,
But you know what that's about, though.
ugh, it's pissing me off.
That's about
So
bullshit from the summer,
you know
bro.
what that's about. That's about Shadow. That's not even about Wiggins. That's about so if and I've noticed this like the last 2 years. People when somebody doesn't like and we all know Shadow is he's known Wiggins since he was like 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? So of course Shadow is going to be partial to Wiggins, right? So because people know that, they're going to go at Wiggins in ways that is stupid and unfair, right? So we know what that's about. So I don't take that personal because I know people are just haters, right? Like people come on the timeline and they're like, Shadow doesn't know Wiggins. You're lying, this and that. What? You know what I'm saying? Wiggins needs to lock in. Come on, dog.
Hey, but guess what though?
Righto,
Guess what?
righto.
Mo, guess what? That dude right there, he used to be front row in every space.
Yeah, if nobody else gonna say it, I will. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Like, bro, no, bro, because they were when I was listening all of 21, 22, when I would hop into a space, they would be right next to me in the stands, bro. Like, I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. I swear to God, I'm not
No,
trying to.
but we know what that's about, bro. Like I'm not about to be hypercritical over Andrew Wiggins. Do you know why shots go in, shots don't go in? But one thing I know that motherfucker does is that he is on that ball handler like nobody else is. You know what I'm saying? And he gives effort every fucking time. So why am I gonna?
He doesn't let his offense affect his defense.
Bro,
he's gonna play defense no matter what.
So I don't watch if shots. I swear to God, bro, I don't watch if shots go in or out. I watch for the effort stuff because I know that's going to carry you through the long run. You know what I'm saying? So last night, the only thing that really stuck out to me last night with Wiggins was that Bron was backing him down, and Bron didn't get any ground whatsoever. Bron outweighs Wiggins by how much? I don't know, right? And all I saw is when Bron turned around and Wiggins blocked the shot, right? Like, so why aren't people saying that? You know how valuable something like that is going to be in the playoffs? Do you know what happened in that spot right there? They didn't have to overhelp, right? You know what happens to a LeBron James team when you don't have to overhelp on them? Guess what happens? They're fucked, right? So that is literally the only thing that I watch for. So this team, it's going to be whether or not dudes are overhelping or not. If they're not overhelping, we're going to win the championship and it's going to be fucking easy, right? So that is the one thing that we need to watch for. Are people going to overhelp or not? Because I can tell you this, people will be overhelping on Steph. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
whenever, I like in aggregate, over 100 possessions, over whatever number of possessions in the game, if you have to overhelp on a particular player, if he's great enough and he can find the seams, he's going to dice you apart, right? I don't give a fuck what the Laker fans say about Jokic and hitting lucky ass shots, right? But when that ball is in rotation, right, and you have to leave your man and go help somewhere, and the ball is dicing around, when that happens for 10 possessions, 20 possessions, 30 possessions, you are fucked, right? So that is what we should be watching for. If you're not helping on LeBron, you're not over helping on AD.
Conversation got too hot. That motherfucker was spitting.
Shadow, do you think Ricky D's been a bit over the top with this whole POA stuff?
I think he's reaching for a few engagements, if you ask me.
So let me ask you this, right? Does Wiggins guard POA? Yes or no?
Yes, he
Yes,
does.
he does.
Okay. Does Kuminga guard POA? Yes or no?
Yes, he does.
Yes.
Go and look at the stats in the league, right? These stats, and then you can answer that question for yourself. I think a lot of people in the fan base, they look to certain people for certain takes because some people don't necessarily understand what's really going on. And what I encourage y'all to do is just really try to focus in, stop it, fast forward, rewind, whatever, and look at the situations, look who's on the court, and you tell me that. Right? Like, we have Andrew Wiggins and Jonathan Kuminga. Tell me two other dudes that are on another team that's better than that point of attack combination in the league out of everyone else.
I can't think of
Do the
anyone.
Lakers
Not to mention GP2.
bro. Oh yeah. And I forgot GP2. So GP2, Wiggins, and Kuminga. Tell me another team that has three guys like that.
And Draymond can also play the perimeter too when he wants to. So there ain't one.
Yeah,
Of
but
them.
people are just miserable, and they're focusing on what's not being done. Like to chime in what you guys were saying about Wiggins. Did Wiggins play great? No, he didn't. Was he sensational on defense? Hell, fucking yeah. The second he went on D'Lo never got scored a bucket again. After that, you understand what I'm saying? Like he had like multiple blocks. He had a steal or two. He had a million contested shots. He had about 3 or 4 deflections. He was 1 for 5 from 3. He's going to miss shots. But outside of that, he was 50% from twos. So at the end of the day, people could say what they want. They could cry. They could do whatever. Like in one sense, they'll say, "Oh, it's just a preseason. This doesn't tell whatever." But in the same token, okay, if it's just a preseason, why are we fucking being analytical and dissecting what fucking Andrew Wiggins is doing from the 3-point line? He missed shots. So fucking what? The man is a 40% shooter for the last 2 seasons. Like,
This is why I keep having the same question. I'm just trying to understand, why is winning not good enough for the fan base? Why do we have to win your way for it to be valid? Why does Andrew Wiggins, for
because
example, have to play
they never
your
said
way?
it. They never said it. They never came with the takes. They weren't screaming about Jonathan Kuminga, and all of a sudden Jonathan Kuminga is shining like a lightsaber. You understand what I'm saying? So when it's me saying it or Urkel saying it or
Half of them
Dre,
wanted to trade away
they
fucking
don't want to hear it.
Jonathan. Yeah, bro. So if listen, I don't go back and forth with the whole thing about who's right and who's wrong. I just call it like I see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that thing. I really don't, right? Like I really, really don't.
It's about winning at the end of the day. Like, I'm sorry. Like if guys can't play exactly how you want them to play, but we're still winning, I'm sorry, bro. Like I take the dub. Like, I'm I'm sorry. I don't care, but I don't have an agenda, bro. I just want the Warriors to win, dude. Sorry. I don't
Yeah.
care about agendas.
Yeah, but it's like the fan base thing that doesn't bother me because um, if it's one thing I am happy for, it is the whole engagements thing and the check thing and all of that stuff. I am so happy that I don't qualify for that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because
Uh,
maybe it would force me to like do certain things and tweet in a certain way, but I don't even care, bro. Like I don't care about no Twitter check. So are people still getting paid, by the way?
yeah, I got to check. What was that? A week and a half ago? I only
Oh, you
got like
did?
$13. Yeah, I only got $13
Yeah,
this
I
time
got
around.
13 too.
Yeah,
I'll buy you 2 coffees, man.
yeah. Well, actually, Eric, if you did get verified, you could be like trolling the shit out of Laker fans and just making money. I mean,
Yeah, that I would enjoy doing.
yeah.
But
Laker
no,
fan.
both my accounts actually, I don't think they qualify. So
Damn.
that is what it is. I don't care. $13. What the fuck that's gonna do?
Yeah, I got like what 25 the first
I
time.
can't even pay my barber, bro.
Yeah, shit. My shit's $30. Fuck that.
How much you pay for your trims, Uncle?
Huh?
How much you pay for your
Uh,
trim?
40.
No, I used to pay 40. That's normal.
Yeah, yeah.
And you
Yeah,
do
I
Yo,
pay 30.
reservations too, or do you just walk in?
I do an appointment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal.
If he comes to my crib, I give him like 120, but that's very rare.
Yeah,
Damn,
yeah. I'm not
120 for a
surprised.
trim.
Yeah, but that's like a house call though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Bro,
like
that's
what the
crazy.
NBA
I
players
give a
do.
barber 120, nigga.
What's up, Sam?
What's
Yeah.
good? What's good?
Sam, you were angry last night on the playback, man. You came in at halftime and you were saying we were playing shit.
Yeah, bro. I wasn't happy, bro. It was just,
That one
I don't know,
game,
bro.
man. You
Clay,
can't judge
Clay
it by the
shot
first
bad.
half.
Clay
This
shot bad, and this nigga wanted the max contract. Fuck out of here, bro. He ain't giving shit.
I mean, it's the preseason, Sam.
Bro, I know, but like 3 for 10? Like, come on, nigga. Like, and he's gonna
Hey, Sam's mad because he didn't get that $10 from
their
Drake.
contract. I'll let that nigga walk if he plays like that again, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Well, let's see him during the regular season. If he plays defense,
Hey,
let's
hold on. Just based on how y'all are talking, those live watches are gonna be a war zone. I'm glad Dre
Oh,
knows and not me.
yo,
Bruh.
Uncle, I'm gonna ask you this. Uncle, I don't hop into those live watches. I know you don't too, because sometimes, like, no offense, but TJ, everyone's angry after every possession. Every possession. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta calm
It,
down
it
and that.
gets like that, bro. But I mean,
Bro. So that's why I just let Dre do those, and I just leave him alone because I'm like, I cannot deal with because I get angry during games, like if I see some, not even angry, but I like say shit. You know what I'm saying?
bro, you've been in a
And
live watch before.
but if
We
I'm
heard
gonna
you.
add like other stimulants to that, like a fucking TJ, I hear Sam yelling or something, like then it's gonna raise my blood pressure, bro. Like so I need to keep that shit low. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
Yeah.
Compared to the live watches from last season, I think these first 2 preseason games have been fairly tame because there are certain people who were there last year who aren't here now. But yeah, you're right, Urkel. It's probably gonna be
Yeah,
chaotic this season, bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, bro.
In the playoffs, I had to just dip out of the live watches and watch by myself. I
yeah, a
couldn't
lot
do
of
it.
overreacting.
I couldn't do it, bro. Like, I swear.
Yeah, so even when we were doing the live watches on Twitter, and see, that's why I thought about like playback, like I was kind of hesitant. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't know about live watches because I really don't do live watches and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But then I checked it out and I saw that I could do other things with it, like this, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, let me sign up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But the live watches, I know playback, like that's what they build a thing on, but nah, bro, we can do other things with it. I think people love like the live reactions of things, right? So like when we get trades in and all of that stuff. And bro, like look at media day, bro. Dre had like 1,000 people in there. You know what I'm saying? Like
And the
that's
trade
more than
deadline.
any live watch, right? So you know,
Yeah.
so other things can be done. Like it's not just games or whatever. Because one part of it, I would like to hear what the analysts are saying. If they're saying anything noteworthy, like 25% of the time they say something noteworthy. So noteworthy, but other times, you know,
I think the experience might be better once we get like mute buttons for the hosts or the mods and shit.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I
Yeah, because I
noticed
asked
that
about that. Like when I just started with playback, I was like, "What is the muting situation? Like, how can I have more control of the room? You know what I'm saying?
I
I
could
need more control
tell
of the room."
I could tell you really, really, really wanted a mute button. What was that yesterday when we were talking to King?
King.
Yeah, I knew he wanted a mute button. That's why I was like, "Oh my god, bro! There's too many
He's
people
trying to get
yelling
his
at
shit
the
off, and
same
then after
time."
everyone was talking over him.
He's
And King
another
just
one,
takes
bro.
it
He's
rubber.
like an agenda type of dude. I don't like when he comes up. You know?
That dude is the ultimate contrarian. Urkel loves
Yeah,
to say that
I
shit.
hate
That
that
is
shit.
like the
Oh my
epitome of that
god.
shit.
Yeah. I thought
Just
he was a
there to be
LeBron
a
fan. Apparently he's
contrarian,
a Warrior.
nothing else.
Apparently he's a Warrior fan, which made it even worse.
Yeah, he
I
wants us to
couldn't
lose
believe
against the
that, bro.
Suns
When he said, I actually
just
couldn't
to
believe
prove his
that.
He's
point.
like,
I had no
I
indication.
guarantee you we're gonna get blown out against the Suns. I'm like,
I had
oh,
no
okay.
indication that I'd heard a damn thing from this dude that he was actually part of Dub Nation. I couldn't believe it. I
He
thought he
said
was
he gonna
trolling.
pull up and
I don't
say,
even
"I
know who
told
he
you
is on
so."
the timeline, bro. Like,
He won't say. He's like, nah, I'm not doing that. You guys are gonna come at me and shit.
AK, there's a lot of fans like that. Like
he's a coward.
they will dead ass rather watch the Warriors lose just so they can be right, man. And they claim they're fans. It's kind of crazy.
That's unbelievable.
Sado, it's become a weird like badge of honor. I don't know, for it to look like ball.
Yeah.
And people would rather be seen as a basketball intellect than have their team win.
Lindell,
that's
And what's crazy is you can be both.
Lindell, you remember how
you can
crazy
be
it
both,
was during that streak, like the 5-game win streak,
bro.
last season, and people were like, "Oh, y'all are being too positive. Their team is still bad." Like, come on, bro.
So there's
because I
this
told him
weird
that it was
there's
gonna
this
be
weird
fine.
space in between like
Yo,
being a basketball
Urkel, you see
intellect.
that?
Bro, I will never forget that, dog. So I touched down in Istanbul, right? And I'm at the hotel. I'm in the fucking bathroom, bro, like because I don't want to wake my girlfriend up. So I'm in the bathroom and I'm there talking and I'm like, yeah, like don't worry, man. It's gonna be fine. You know, like you know, we've seen this before. They've gotten hurt. And I think like after that they like lost 2 games or whatever, and people were like, "Ha ha ha! You know, see, I told you they're not going to make the playoffs. It's all doom and gloom." And then they win 5 games in a row, right? They win the 5 games in a row, and I was like, "This is amazing. This is great." You know what I'm saying? And the bozos on the timeline was like, "Why are y'all trying to grandstand?" I was like, "So I'm grandstanding because my team is winning?" I was like, "Get out of my fucking face."
Urkel, don't forget, it was
They
like
call it victory lapping. They think it's some kind of like virtue signaling thing to call other people out for victory lap.
Urkel, don't forget the exact quote.
We're
Don't forget
supporting the same team. How?
Urkel.
So Steph is not playing. They won 5 games in a row, and I'm celebrating, and people are like, "You're rubbing it into my face." I was like, "You should be celebrating too, you fucking idiot!" Like,
Don't forget the exact
fucking face.
Don't forget the exact quote, Urkel. This team sucks. This team sucks. We suck. We suck.
Imagine calling yourself a fan and rather being a pessimist and being right than seeing the team win and calling yourself a fan at the same time. Imagine being that pathetic of a person. That's sad, bro. I feel bad for them. I really do. I really do.
Around the corner to the spot.
AK, there were dead
We're
ass
just going
people.
to people on
somebody
at 12:30
talking.
with Maria.
okay, all right,
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
all right, bye bye.
Oh, he was on the phone. But yeah, AK, there were dead
There
ass
were.
people that were just like they would check in after every loss. Like, see, I told you we're bad. I told like, what do
Oh, I
you
know.
gain
I've
from
seen that
this,
shit.
bro?
Bro,
What do you gain from
there's
that?
nothing. And they say, well, there's nothing wrong with being a realist. You don't have to. No.
What do you
There's a
gain?
different thing. There's a different thing about evaluating what's happening with the team week in and week out and being honest about what's working and what's not working and taking victory laps when your pessimism is a victory after a certain game or a certain outcome. Think about that. And this is the type of shit, and these are the type of people that this community has been dealing with left and right. And when we're analyzing and we're trying to be positive about an outcome or a situation or an injury or whatever it might be, we're the delusional guy. Okay.
No, because people were like,
And they'll tell Shadow's too optimistic. Y'all listen to Shadow. Shadow's always just optimistic. Oh, okay.
yeah, there's nothing
Okay.
wrong with. There's nothing wrong with being optimistic. Like, whenever I see people do that thing where they're like, "Oh, you're too optimistic," it makes me want to delve into their lives. You know what I'm saying? To see how they live. You
There's
know?
a difference between
Urkel, they're
believing in
sad
the team
people. They're very
and
sad people.
what's happening and what you're seeing on the court and being blindly optimistic. Those are two completely different things.
We
Those are
weren't
two
being
completely
blindly optimistic. Like Shadow said it last night. He was like,
that's what people tell us. They say that we're being blindly optimistic.
my thing was like, all right, we had the number one starting five in the league. Okay?
You know what, Urkel, sorry to cut you off. You know what fan base is blindly optimistic most of the time? I'll give you an example of being blindly optimistic. Clipper fans. Clipper fans are blindly optimistic. You know why? Because the ones that don't actually understand the health crisis of their depth chart are the ones that are blindly optimistic. That's blind optimism because you're completely disregarding serious health concerns of your best player. That's
My
being
thing is
blindly
this.
optimistic.
When I look at what we were doing last year, we had the number one starting five, right? Now my thing is like, okay, we lost 3 key guys pretty much, right? So 3 key guys off of the bench. And my thing was like, what things can they do, to help to buffer? It is what it is. So what can we do to buffer with the team, right? Like how can we improve that second unit, right? So that is the stand. And I don't think any one of us was saying anything different. Shadow wasn't saying that. Shadow was like, this is what it is. This is the good things that I see. How can we improve on that, right? Like, that's what we were saying. We weren't saying like, oh my God, this, that, and the other, right? Like, we knew that there was a problem, right? But we weren't going to tell you like, oh my God, it's all doom and gloom, this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, so during that December stretch when I was like, the team is going to be fine. And then we win 5 games in a row, right? You know what I did? I was like, oh, we have like a long homestand. I was like, oh, we're just going to win those games. You know what I'm saying? Or my thing was like, we're probably going to win 3 of the 5 games, right? And that's fine. Like, we just need to play 500 ball. And we kind of did better than 500 ball during that stretch, right? So I was ecstatic, right? But a lot of people that would come up on stage last year, right? Last night we had like 600-700 people in the thing at once. People see the large crowd and they're like, oh, look at me. I can go fucking dance right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm going to cut out this year. If motherfuckers ain't saying anything significant, right? You're gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be no, I'm going to be up on stage.
Urkel, thank you, Urkel. We
If you're not
literally,
providing value, you're not going to show up this year and you're going to say, you're going to jump up on stage and be like, so what happened? Fuck no, bro. You're getting booted immediately.
Urkel.
That's like
We
watching the
literally
show and
talked
seeing
about
what
that
happened.
last night, bro. Like to a T, bro.
Yes, yes.
Like, look,
The
I'll
revolving
say
door
this
thing, Tidal.
again.
Yeah.
I'll say this again because you're here now. like I'm trying to prove a point to people, even if there's haters that are like listening to this even right now. Last night there were hundreds of people, bro. I saw you rotating the stage. I walked away from my phone with it unmuted, or maybe y'all muted it or something like as a gag or whatever, and I was talking. I realized I was talking to myself because I wasn't on stage anymore. But here's the thing though. I'm not DMing Urkel begging him to come back on stage. I just looked at my
No,
phone. I was
no,
like, damn, I
no, no,
wasn't
no,
talking to
Seidel.
myself.
You get it, right? Like
Yeah.
there's 20 people who are requesting up, right? And
Yes.
Yeah.
all of them want to say something, right? So I have to manage it, right? So that's all I'm doing, right?
Yes.
So people view it like, oh, this is like a badge. Nah, bro. Like I gotta hear multiple perspectives, right? So if I see somebody requesting up, and I'm gonna say this, right? Like this is my thinking, right? Fans of the team, right? They get priority. This is my hierarchy. Fans of the team are gonna get priority, right? The opposers, they get third priority, right? And they get like a very short leash. So that JMJ dude came in, he said his shit,
Yeah.
give him like 2 minutes.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Bam, you're gone.
Biggest
Jam
clown
J,
on here.
fam. Oh my goodness, he's a clown. He's actually a clown. But Urkel, that's why I don't hop up after post games, because I feel like those are my favorite spaces, and I don't like just coming and clogging up the space if I don't have anything productive to say.
Same, Mo.
You
Same,
know what I'm
Mo.
saying?
Same.
Yeah,
Those
he's
are
just
my
in the
favorite
cut.
spaces in it. So I don't like just coming up saying shit just for the
Bro,
sake of it. If
I
it's
know
not
how to
gonna
run
be,
this shit, and I know how to run it tight, right? And it's going to be even tighter this year, right? Like it's going to be rapid
Pause.
fire,
Pause. Pause.
rapid fire, right? So
today,
No United Nations, man.
nah, bro, it like it's rapid fire now. You know what I'm saying? Like no more of that other bullshit, bro. Like I'm not with the cute shit. If you're saying some stupid shit, bam, you're gone. You know what I'm saying? Like no
most
more of that
How it
definitely,
should
bullshit,
be.
bro.
My thing is, I
And
just refuse to be emotional about the shit. Like, bro, look,
There
and
were
let me
some
say
people
one
that, hey,
last thing on the. Go ahead, Eric.
so 1 second, AK. There were some,
No, you did.
and so I listen to like the casuals of the casuals, right? So I'll give you an example of this. My girlfriend is a super casual, right? And if we're just sitting there, right? Because sometimes I'm doing it from my couch or whatever, and she's like watching what she's watching and she's listening, right? If I look over to her and I hear somebody talking and she's rolling her eyes, right? She don't even know what the fuck is going on in the fan base. But if I see her rolling her eyes, I'm like, oh, okay, all right. That's how it's gonna come off. That person is gone. You know what I'm saying? You're done. You're done. If she rolls her eyes, I'm like, you're done.
nah, fam. She ain't with the fuckery.
Yeah, bro, because there's so
It's
many
hella
people
fun.
that get, and there's like a couple of people that would come up, and she like rolls her eyes. She's like, "What the fuck is this person saying?" You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, because sometimes I'm like concentrating and I'm like trying to do other things, right? And I won't even notice, but then I look at her and it's like, oh, okay, all right, I see how this comes off, bro. Not
Yo,
with
waffle,
the bullshit
waffle.
anymore, bro. Like this shit is going to be snappy. Like it's going to be snappy as hell.
Your Urkel, it's kind of disrespectful when people come up and they say what happened, because that's like disrespecting
Oh
the
my
whole
god, it
room.
gets under my skin, bro.
That's
Gets
disrespectful.
under my skin.
Yeah, that shit's annoying.
the only
I was
person,
like,
the only person I'll give a pass to is the guy last night. I think his name's like 4Dub. Like, he might not have access to the stream or something. Like, he'll get a
Yeah,
pass. But like, when I know you can watch the game and you still don't watch the game, you just want somebody
like
to
you coming
spoon
up,
feed you the
you're
story.
no.
reflecting.
Nah.
It's not about
100%.
coming up, right? Like it's not about coming up. Like 4Dub has shit to say all the time, right? It's not about just coming up and saying what happened. It's more so coming up and saying what happened, like literally what happened. Like you have no clue.
Yeah, literally ask you, like if
You
you're
have
coming
nothing
up, you're
to add
supposed to be
whatsoever.
contributing
Like that
something to the
bullshit right
conversation.
there. That's not gonna fly.
Like you're supposed to be coming up, contributing something to the conversation. You're trying to catch up with the news.
Yeah.
Like you should have done your research
I
before
was
you
like,
even
you know
say
what? Listen to the recording. All of them are recorded. Like
Urkel, spoon
not doing
feed me
that.
the information. Spoon feed it to me, Urkel.
That's crazy.
Urkel told a couple
One last
people's
thing I
hands
want
up
to
up
say
there.
about the optimism and the blind optimism. Just one last comment on that, because I think it's important, because this is something that we're going to have to deal with all season and beyond. There's a very distinct difference between optimism and blind optimism when it comes to being a fan of a team. And I just want to make sure to clarify that for anybody who has any doubt of what that is, so that you can get a dictionary definition of it from Space Gang. Optimism is when you believe you have tangible facts that you've gathered from data, the eye test, and watching a team in any given period, that you believe that the team can overcome their flaws for X, Y, and Z reason. You have hard evidence that your team can overcome whatever it is that their flaws are, whether it be health, whether it be X's and O's, they can overcome said flaws. Blind optimism is when, one, you're not able to actually correctly and accurately identify what those flaws are, or you can identify what those flaws are and you choose to ignore those flaws, and you're still optimistic and you believe that we're still going to be able to get out of it. And what we get accused of is the latter. And what we never do is come up and say certain things and talk about certain things and certain narratives and have a take on the direction of the team or how we project things to go without any of that evidence in place and understanding the state of the team, whether it be intangible, whether it be tangible, health, schemes, rotations, anything, you name it. That's one thing that we never do. And I wanted to make sure to get that clear, because those two things are very different things, and we get blamed and accused of the latter when we never, I don't think once, I've heard a single person that's core and has a voice in this community do that. So don't get those two things twisted. And that's my last note on that.
Cook, bro, cook.
My thing is like, I just need to hear perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's important that you hear. I think it's important that you hear from the fan base, right? Like, what everyone's perspective is, because everyone's lens is going to be different. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for everybody to come up and be Dre. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dre, not a lot of people can be Dre. Not a lot of people can do the shit that Manu does. You know what I'm saying? But if you see something, you know, like it's something that I might have not have seen. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Mostly.
if y'all want to have casual conversation and shit, just come to an around the league and playback or the cookhouse or some shit. When it's pregame and postgame spaces, that's when you're really trying to break shit down about the game or the bullshit that's going on the
Yeah.
TL. It's way more direct, bro. Even I know that.
Yeah, man. So this season, bro, it's gonna be so tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, especially for like the opposing fan base. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're on a short leash this year. No more of that fucking bullshit. Bam, you're gone.
You hear that, Shadow? No more United Nations, I guess.
Yo, Urkel, the Qataris withdrawn from the process of buying United. Oh my goodness.
They did?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat right now.
I wonder what happened.
I'm fuming, fam. These fucking It's because the Glazers are just so money hungry. The club is worth $6 billion. The Qataris are willing to pay that, and then they're just fucking around with the thing, man. And now these guys are just sick of it. They're gonna go buy someone else. I know that.
You want one of those dudes owning your team, bro.
Forget about
Because
Man
one,
United.
they have a shitload of money. That's the first thing. And two, they actually care about the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, they care about the sport. I have my reservations about a lot of these Americans that I see coming in by. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Urkel, they're fully gonna clear the debt. The debt. Man United has debt on the club, and they're gonna
Yeah.
clean the whole debt. And these it's fucking annoying, man. And they would have renovated the whole stadium and stuff. These people are just so dumb, man. Ugh. Look at that, fully cash as well. He's not fucking about. The other guy's coming with a 50-50 thing. The English guy. This guy's way more serious, and now he's out of it. Fuck, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
it's like with these dudes, bro. It's not even about the money thing. It should be, but you know, like it. Then it gets to like an ego politics type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, that's what's going on.
hey, y'all! I gotta get my day started. I want to say everybody have a good day. I'll tap in with y'all
All right,
later.
brother.
All right, bro.
All right, be safe, man.
All right, man. Be safe. Lindell worked on this website. It looks fire, bro. So check out the website, Space Gang TV. So it has everyone links and all of that stuff. So we got some future enhancements coming, but that's the website. That's the official website. Yeah, but what's on the calendar today? Dre's gonna do like a breakdown, correct?
Yeah, and then there's a fight later on.
Oh yeah, there is a fight. Okay. All right. Let me get my day started, bro. I'm gonna get a fucking lift in and go have lunch.
Peace. I'll see you later.
Everyone
y'all.
have a safe and productive day.
Yes, sir. Catch y'all in the evening.
All right, y'all.